Hi, this is Victor Antonio with another Sales Influence Moment. Today I want to talk about creative destruction in terms of sales. What does that mean? The economist Joseph Schumpeter created that phrase. Creative destruction is basically an introduction of new technology into a market that basically changes the game. Now, we've had some creative destruction in terms of what is happening in technology, the biggest one being the internet. Now, the internet has changed how we sell or how we should be selling, because back in the day, we as salespeople had all the information. We had the product knowledge. We knew more about our products than our clients. But that has changed. But let me walk through the process slowly, how it used to be and how it's changed today. Now, back in the day, we would sit there and talk to the customers about issues because we knew more about the issues than they did, or they can tell us about their issues and we can exchange information. It was then time to talk about the products we had to offer. So we talk about the different product types that we had, the variety of products that we had to offer. And once we sensed what the match was between the issue and the product, we would then go into the demo phase of the actual product. No big deal, right? But when the internet came along, all of a sudden something changed. All of a sudden, the customers didn't need to talk to the salesperson anymore about issues. Why? Because they could do what? Research online. They didn't have to listen to our product spiel about description because, again, they could look at it online. In fact, many times the customer knows more than you, the salesperson, before you walk in the door. Now, why has this changed everything? Because back in the day, when you went through this process of discovering issues and also talking about the different products, what you were doing here in this sales process piece was developing rapport and building credibility. But today, because of the internet, they no longer need to talk to us about this as salespeople. They no longer need to talk to us as far as product, because guess what? They've seen the product already. And basically, when you get there, they're saying, just show me what you got. Now, let me give you a concrete example to demonstrate what I'm talking about. Today, let's say you wanted to buy a Kindle e-book reader, which I have one, by the way, I love. Now, most people would say, if I'm looking for an e-reader, a Kindle type of product, I'm looking at size, weight, and cost, right? So let's say you're working at Best Buy, person walks in, they already know what they want because the buyer already discovered what the issues are for the different products, and they also know in terms of capacity, in terms of features, what each product offers. So when they walk into Best Buy, they know they're looking for size, weight, and how much is it going to cost. Now, at this point, you're as a salesperson, you become more of a facilitator, not a salesperson. You're just going to show them what they want to see because they already know or selected a product. But what if during this process right here, when you're showing them the demo of the Kindle, all of a sudden you make them think about something that maybe they haven't thought about? For example, maybe you can bring up that battery life should be an issue. For example, did you know that the Kindle has a battery life that would last 1 month without having to charge batteries again? Now listen to that. That's important. And maybe the buyer didn't know that, but you inserted that piece of information in there. What do you think that does to the buyer? Makes him think a little bit, but all of a sudden he starts viewing you as a credible source of information. You also say something like this. Did you know that the Kindle has 81,000 books that you can download from Amazon, larger database than any other e-reader out there? Now at this point again, the customer looks at you like, well, I didn't know that. What am I trying to demonstrate here is we've lost the opportunity to build credibility here and also build rapport. But even when we're in the demo process, if we can add more information to what the customer already knows, like in this case, we can talk about battery life, we can talk about access to a lot of books, giving them information they didn't know about creates more value and perceived value to the actual buyer. All of a sudden, you're no longer a facilitator. You become a salesperson again in the sense that you're trying to help them have a positive buying experience. All I'm trying to say is that the more we can add value to what we're selling, the more we can add to the knowledge that the customer already knows, the more we'll be looked at as great resources they can count on. What does that mean and what does that translate into? Higher sales, higher closing rate. This is Victor Antonio with another Sales Influence Moment reminding you, selling ain't hard when you know how. Take care.